In the day's other news, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld an Indiana law requiring abortion providers to bury or cremate fetal remains. But the justices opted not to weigh in on the debate over a separate Indiana provision that would bar women from getting an abortion based on gender, race, or disability. We'll take a closer look at Tuesday's Supreme Court actions later in the program. The first state trial against a drug manufacturer accused of fueling the opioid crisis began today in Oklahoma. Prosecutors allege Johnson & Johnson contributed to the epidemic by deceptively marketing the painkillers. The company has denied the claim. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimated opioid-related overdoses killed more than 47,000 Americans in 2017 alone. Officials in Iran said today that they see no prospect of nuclear negotiations with the U.S. The comments came a day after President Trump claimed that a new nuclear deal with Iran was possible. During a press conference in Tehran, a spokesman for the Iranian foreign minister blamed the Trump administration's terms for sanctions relief on Iran and said the 2015 nuclear deal was active despite the U.S. withdrawal.
We consider Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's 12 demands for Iran unrealistic. They are not executable. His conditions are not acceptable by us or any other independent country. Furthermore, we had not left the negotiating table that we're already at. We still have a basis called the Iran nuclear deal, and it is still alive.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard also said today that it does not fear a possible war with the U.S. Tensions between the two countries have escalated since the U.S. accused Iran of attacking oil tankers in the Gulf earlier this month. A human rights group has accused Egypt's military of committing war crimes against civilians in the Sinai Peninsula. Egyptian forces have been battling Islamic militants in the northern part of the peninsula for years. A new report out today from Human Rights Watch describes widespread kidnapping, torture, and murder. It also blames the militants for carrying out their own atrocities. Back in the U.S., stocks fell sharply on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged 238 points to close at 25,348. The Nasdaq fell 29 points, and the S&P 500 slipped 23. Still to come on the NewsHour, the deadly weather in the Midwest and South Central U.S. and a sweeping plan to combat its effects. Elections in Europe see traditional parties give way to both the right and the left. Analysis of the Supreme Court's new actions on abortion and much more.